Muay Thai is 2 minutes in between rounds, but obviously a lot of other places, when you get on the big promotions as well now, you got a minute. So you've got a minute to relay information to someone. And if you start going, when he comes in, go jab, cross, step off, step to, it's just too much. You've just got to do 2, 3, step here, 4. It's just very, very quick. And obviously they can process that very easily while they're getting their water, while they're getting the breath back.
And I've definitely personally seen that with coaches in between rounds, kind of just bombarding the fighter with instructions and very sort of technical, discrete instructions. You're just thinking, that's really not helping at all. That's just going to overload those 2 or 3 bits of information, like you say, and then go out and test for that round with that, and we'll come back and re-establish game plan if we need to, depending on what's happened then. That's really interesting that you kind of work that way. That's good stuff. There's a lot of kind of research that's done on that sort of cognitive ability and how many instructions you can take on, especially when the stress levels are raised and depending on what your heart rate is. So if you're kind of fitter and you can get your heart rate down to below typically 80%, then you're much able to kind of process things again. So it's kind of understanding where you are on that sort of scale as well. So
just like depending on how the round's gone, because like I've had people that they've lost that round badly and they've come back to the corner and they're just not registering anything. So you have to kind of bring them round quickly so they're paying attention to you at the same time. So obviously there's so many different factors that people don't kind of take into account.
There's personalities involved as well, isn't there?
Yeah.
And it, like you were saying earlier about knowing the fighter, that's where as a corner person, that's you really earn your money there, not just tactically, but you've got to work with the person, haven't you?
Yeah, I don't know if I watched the documentary, I think it was The Last Dance, about the Chicago Bulls and Michael Jordan.
Yes.
It's like if you watch that, obviously you've got Michael Jordan, he trained, he was disciplined, and obviously he's one of the greatest players of all time. Then you had Dennis Rodman, who again was a fantastic, but he's completely the other side of the spectrum. But they were both extremely successful, but they just dealt with it differently, which is what I was saying. Obviously with your fighters, you don't know what they're like until after a couple of fights. Then you kind of know how, like, this person I need to be like this, with that person I need to be like that. You can kind of work it out that way. You need to kind of know what makes them tick.
Yeah, that's fascinating stuff. I mean, it's the individual in front of you and the sort of emotional responses you can or can't get, that really triggers one way or the other, and being sensitive to that.
Because like you'll get some fighters where you need to tell them, look, you're losing, you need to do this, you need to do that. But then there's other people, if you start going that way, they'll kind of go down, they'll get worse because it's all negative. So you need to go, look, you're doing well, but you need to be able to push this. So you need to know how to talk to the individual in front of you.
Thanks for listening. If you found this valuable, please like, subscribe, and share with someone else it could help too. Please give the podcast a review or comment below. We'd love to hear from you. As always, you can visit Heatrick.com for more Muay Thai performance podcasts, videos, articles, and guides. Catch you next time.